just like usual, let's go ahead and find our length through our spine here, really creating that space through our vertebrae. We're going to start with our chin tucks back for 10. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's reset. Make sure we still have that length. Now we're going to go side to side for 10. 1, back to center. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, next part of our warm-up. Pretty similar to last week. Our whole setup today is similar to last week. We're going to do one giant block, 3 rounds through with a little rest in between. But for our warm-up, we are going to start with a bent elbow fly and a heel tap. So if you're seated, it's going to look like this, okay? Right here for your seated variation, and if we're standing, right here, okay? So we're tapping that heel forward, slight little bend in the knee as we open up, okay? That's our first move. Then we're going to go into our goalpost hinge from there. I'll keep us posted as we move along here. But let's start with that belt and elbow fly, 90-degree bend, out shoulder height. Ready? And here we go. Ooh, that's loud. Keep it going, guys. I'm just going to turn it down. Distracting. So seated or standing here. Trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together, feeling a nice little stretch through the front of the chest and shoulders, and a nice little squeeze in the back. Next, we're going to go into our goalpost hinge. 3, 2, and 1. So now we're going to keep stationary here, right? We're going to hinge, extend our arms long, pull the elbows back into that goalpost, and then come up, okay? Keep it going. If we're seated, we're hinging forward, extending, sliding those elbows back, up, okay? So seated or standing here. Next, we're going to go into a lateral lunge. Right here, we're going to go lateral lunge, step it together, opposite hand and knee. We're going to stay all on the same side. Lateral lunge, opposite hand and knee, okay? Lateral lunge, you can tap it back together before you come back up in here. If we're seated, lateral tap, hand and knee, all on the same side. Lateral tap, hand and knee, okay? Same thing other side now. So lateral lunge, tap it together, opposite hand and foot, okay? So if you're seated, remember it's that lateral tap, opposite hand and knee. If you're standing, we're thinking of that hip pushing back versus our knee driving forward, right? We're going into those transverse squats next. 2 and 1. So now we're going to step out to the side, all right? Either to 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock while our other foot stays at 12, okay? So we're getting some internal and external rotation. If you're seated, this is what I want you to do. Hop it over, hop it back. Hop it over, hop it back, okay? So seated variation is going to look a little different today, but we're going to get some rotation through those hips in your seated variation too. Time, last one here is our alternating backstroke. So this is going to look the same whether we're seated or standing. Our hips are staying forward as we're giving a nice backstroke, kind of trying to follow our gaze with that hand to the best we can and feel that upper body rotation. We have about 5 more seconds here, then we're going to go back to the top, starting with that bent elbow fly and heel tap. Here we go. Round 2. Goalpost hinge and reach is next. That's it. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Woo, here we go. Ready? We're going to hinge. Extend those arms long. Slide those elbows back into that goalpost. Use the hamstrings and glutes to lift back up to standing. I'm going to pick a side to start with our lateral lunge next, or that lateral tap with our opposite hand and knee. In 3, 2, and 1. Step it out, sink it back, right hip goes back, drive it together, opposite hand and knee. Okay, all one side. Five more seconds on this side. 2, and 1. Other side. Lateral lunge, tap it, opposite hand and knee. Five more seconds here. Then we're going to go into those transverse squats. 3, 2, and 1. Remember, when you're doing the seated variation, you're doing those little arc overs, alternating that little semicircle arc over like a rainbow shape. Trying to get some rotation into our hips here. Backstroke rotation is next. 3, 2, and 1. Final exercise here, and we will get into our workout. Just 10 more seconds. 5, 2, and time. Okay, nice work, guys. 2 rounds of our warm-up moves, and now we are going to get into our workout. So just like the last few weeks here, we've got straight sets all the way through. They're kind of fun to do this way, okay? Keeps it moving. So we're going to start today with our balance goalpost fly, okay? So remember, you have options here. You can either stay up on one leg for half the time as we do this movement, and then I'll tell you when to switch halfway, or you can march it, okay? Another option is to march it consistently, okay? Same here, okay? Halfway, you can switch, or you can just march, okay? All right, that's our first move here, and then from there, we're going to go into, I'm just gonna tell you 2 at a time for round 1, a single dumbbell side step squat. So we'll hold one dumbbell in our hands long ways like this, step it to the side, lower down, drive it together. Other side, drive it together. Okay, there are our first 2 exercises. So 45 seconds is going on the clock. If you're seated for that second one, you're doing a lateral tap to leg extension, alternating. Okay, that is your seated option. Let's get ready for our goalpost balance fly, marching or holding. Ready? And here we go. All right, so we're going to start today with firing up our nervous system, getting used to balancing and engaging that core. We're going to switch sides in 3, 2, and 1. Other leg if you're doing the balance option. Ten more seconds here. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're gonna grab our single weight, or if you have 2 weights that are just very light and you wanna put them side by side, you can do that as well. Otherwise, 1 weight, it's just easier to hold here as we go ahead and begin here. Side step, lower it down, press through the heels, bring it together, okay? When we're driving back up, we really wanna engage our glutes. So we have to push the floor away so we get that maximum squeeze. Remember, seated is a lateral tap to leg extension, and we're gonna alternate that. Our next exercise is going to be our hinge and row. So nothing new here, and time on that one. So now we'll grab 2 weights, right? We're going to hinge and row, okay? So feet under hips, toes forward, we're gonna hinge it, belly button to spine, low row it into the pockets, use our hamstrings and glutes to stand up, okay? Here we go. If you're seated, this is going to look the same as we hinge it forward with a neutral spine, row it towards our pockets, and then sit up straight. Hinge it again, row, neutral spine straight, okay? Either or here. Ten more seconds here. And we're gonna go into a goblet squat. 2 and 1, okay. Next, front squat or goblet squat. You can hold either 2 weights like this, okay, or just 1 weight with 2 hands like this, okay? And we're just going to squat. Here we go. So if you're seated, you're just doing your alternating leg extensions right now. Maintain good contact with those heels on the floor so you can really press them down into the floor to lift up. Belly button to spine. We're getting our glutes and our hamstring or our quadriceps with this exercise, so you should feel the front of your legs as well as your glutes working and your core. 10. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay. Hammer curl to press. Curl, press, bring it back. Okay. Looks the same seated or standing here. Ready? Here we go. Keeping the glutes engaged. If you're standing, our knuckles always stay out to the sides of us, because this is our safer pressing option. Now, if you have discomfort, maybe try 1 dumbbell with a 45 press, okay? Right here. This would be another option. If going straight overhead is painful on your shoulders, try that diagonal press, okay? 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we're moving to our step back lunge. So today we're stationary with our front foot, but our moving foot is always going to move here. Remember, you can hold on to chairs, side of chairs, front of chairs, okay? And you're stepping back, driving forward. Okay, so we're working this front leg for the entire 45 seconds right here, okay? And if you look at me here, whether you're holding onto a chair or not, look at where I'm ending. I still have this hinge. This is going to keep time under tension on our glute here. Right? So hold on to something if you have to keep that good hinge, to keep the muscle tension in the glute. And if, oh, I'm sorry, if you're seated, you're doing your seated leg press. I'll show you your next round. I'm sorry, got to demo that one. 3, 2, and 1. And remember, if anything's very challenging, you can always stop early or start late. This is our seated variation right here. Driving through the heel of our foot, something imaginary and heavy away, okay? Other side, 3, 2, and 1. Make sure that side profile again. I'm leaning into it slightly, right? I'm keeping this hinge through my hip, right? You see the diagonal that my torso is making here. That shifts and keeps everything in the glute. Hold on to your chairs if you need to chase and find that sensation that we're looking for, that strong mind-muscle connection. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, moving right along, we are going into we're going to an upright row to bicep curl. Okay, so upright row, switch it over, bicep curl. Same seated or standing. Upright row, switch the grip, curl it. Flip, upright row. So my elbows should be higher than my dumbbells. And I'm thinking of sliding those dumbbells up my torso, right? I'm keeping them close to the body as I slide up, working the top of my shoulder here. Keep the glutes engaged. If you're standing here, almost there, 5 seconds. 2, and 1. Okay, next exercise, we have our deadlift feet are right outside the width of their shoulder in that gorilla row. We're gonna pull, pull, stand up. Okay, so we're pulling from the center, pull, pull, and stand. It's gonna look the same seated. We're gonna pull, pull, up. Okay, so our hinge and row, dumbbells were on the outside, now they're on the inside, right? Row. Use the hamstrings and glutes to come up. Okay, so we still have our row for our back and our lats, and our deadlift for our glutes and our hamstrings. Row, row, up. Just 5 more seconds here. And up and time. Okay. Now we have single arm squat, 3 reps to a press and alt knee raise. We're going to pick one side to start. We did this last week, but we did it every rep. Watch what I'm doing this time. We're going to squat, 2, 1 more, 3, press, knee. Again, 1, 2, 3, press, bring it down, knee. 2, 3. If you're seated, give me an alternating leg extension to a press and a knee. Press, knee, and time. Woo, that one should get your heart rate up. Okay, so if you're seated, leg extension, press, knee. Okay, it's going to keep that pattern. Here we go. Let's get ready for the other side. Ready? Begin. Squat it down. 2, and 1 more. Press it. Knee and twist. 1, 2, 3. Press it and twist. Ten more seconds here, and we just have 1 more exercise to get through for our first set. 3, 2, and time. Okay, final exercise, body weight. We did this last week, did this the last 2 weeks. Sumo squat hold, and we're going to twist through our cross body jabs here. Here we go. If you're seated, just cross body jabs. Feel your torso working here. We're staying in this half sumo squat hold, isometric hold, working the muscles by keeping them still, working on the core, and some conditioning here too, as it raises the heart rate. Halfway. We rest after this. Just 10 more seconds here. Woo, feeling my thighs here. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Okay. That is round 1. We can get a drink. So now we know what to expect here. All right, so get a little choice. You have a little bit of Gatorade today. Okay, and so we're going back to our single dumbbell side step squats. So again, sometimes I just find that a single dumbbell is just easier to maneuver, but if you find your weights are too light for it and you want to put 2 together, that's fine as well, okay? It's up to you. Otherwise, we'll stick with 1 dumbbell and work for our movement pattern. Okay, so side step squats or lateral tap to leg extension alternating. Let's get ready. Round 2 in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I'm going to step it out outside the width of my shoulders, sink it down, chest is high, drive it together, come back, other side. So it's really important to think when you're at that low end, you're using the heels of your foot to squeeze your glutes up into standing. We can always do this body weight too. 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay. Next, we're going into our hinge and row. Okay, so feet underneath the hips, toes are forward. All right. So now there's a lot less knee flexion as we row it into the pockets and we use the hamstrings and glutes to stand up. Let's begin. Hinge, row. Keep that belly button pulled back towards the spine throughout the entire movement. When we're hinged, and also as we're using our glutes to stand back up. Focus is on the glutes, the hamstrings, and our lats and our upper body. Back muscles. Almost there, just 5, 2, and 1. Okay, moving right along. Goblet squats here. Okay, 1 weight, chest height. We're shifting the focus to glutes and the front of our legs now, okay? Alternating leg extension for anyone who's seated. Here we go. Lower down. Maintain a strong connection with your heels on the floor. You know, I can't stress that enough, guys. That is so important. Keep that belly button pulled back towards the spine. Look for that sensation. We want to feel it in our glutes. We want to feel it in our quads. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Next, upright row, the bicep curl, okay? Seated or standing, this is going to look the same. Let's roll our shoulders back and down. Keep our glutes engaged. Here we go. Slide the dumbbells up. Flip the grip, bicep curl. Elbows come higher than those dumbbells. And you slide those dumbbells up with that upright row, nice and close to the body. Shoulders and biceps right here. A little break from the lower body before we hit those lunges. Whew. 5 seconds. One more rep here. 2 and 1. Okay, nice work. So those step back lunges now. So our front leg is stationary. Okay, that whole time we're gonna have a slight hinge to make sure that we get deep into our glute muscle here. Here we go. So we're going to step it back, drive it forward. Just take it through your range of motion. If your step back is right here, you don't have to try to follow what I'm doing. Everybody's body's different. The most important thing is that you're really dialed in to yourself, okay? And trying to feel that sensation in that front leg, front glute especially. Remember, hold on to props if you need it. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, other side. I just realized we did do our balanced goalpost fly to start off, so I'm going to throw it on the end here, guys, okay? For now, we're going to get the other leg, that alternating, or that reverse lunge on the other side. Remember, it's a leg press, seated leg press for our seated variations here. Step it back. By doing all reps on the same leg, we're trying to overload, give a little more time under tension, develop that muscle a little bit more. Remember, quality over quantity. If you feel like your form is starting to break down towards the end of the set, just take a little extra recovery, okay? 5, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Next, we have our hammer curl to press. All right. So more curls and shoulders. Got 2 sets of curls and shoulders today. Glutes engaged if you're standing. Here we go. Curl, press, bring it back. Neutral grip the whole time here. So by doing our upright row and regular bicep curl and also this hammer curl and press, we're actually getting 6 sets for the biceps and shoulders today versus 3. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, moving along here, we have our deadlift. So we're right outside the width of our shoulders here, gorilla row. So we're rowing from in between our feet here, alternating that row, and then coming back to stand. Ready? And begin. Hinge, row, row, up. Okay, let me show from this side. Hinge, row, row, up. We're back to our lats in our upper body and our back, and back to hamstrings and glutes again. Keep that belly button pulled back. 15 more seconds here. 10. Last 5. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Whew. Okay. Next, we have our 3 single arm squats, the 1 press to alt knee. Okay. Pick a side to start here. 3 squats, ready? 1, drive it up. 2, this offset load is a sneaky way to train our core. And we're gonna press, bring it back, rotate. All same side. Press. Press. One more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Woo. Sneaky. Let's get ready for that other side. All right, here we go in 5. Okay. In 3, 2, and 1. Lower down for 3. 1, 2, 3. Single arm press. Opposite knee and elbow. Pull that belly button back towards your spine. Almost done. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, nice work. Final one. That half sumo squat hold, okay, with those cross body jabs, okay? Hit those obliques. Ready? And begin. Okay, here we go. Halfway. We're not done after this exercise though. I am adding our goalpost because I forgot to do it from the very beginning. Don't know how I overlooked that one. Almost there. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Hopefully you felt a little inner thigh burn there. Okay, final exercise. We're going to go into either our march, or if you feel good, we'll balance half and half, okay? Ready, and begin. We're going to switch sides in 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Ten more seconds and we rest. And we'll roll through it one more time. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, guys. Go ahead and get a drink. That was round 2. All right, I'm gonna recover here for a second and get into round 3. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that balance goalpost fly on the end this round just because we just did it, okay? So top of round 3 here, starting with our side step squats, okay? Final set of these. Let's pick your weight and get ourselves ready here. Remember, it's lateral taps if you're seated with a leg extension alternating. All right, guys, let's get ready. And 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Side step, sink it down, drive through the heels up. Think of that nice neutral spine. Just 10 more seconds here. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, next we're going into our hinge and row. Feet right underneath the hips, toes are forward, weights on the outside as we hinge and row and use our glutes to stand. Here we go. I'm gonna hinge, row to pockets, hamstrings and glutes to stand. Always pulling that belly button back to the spine. It's a habit we really want to try to make so strong that we're doing it without even having to really put much effort and thought into doing it. It just kind of happens, right? Ten more seconds here. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Okay, goblet squat. Whew. Okay, so we just had hamstrings and glutes. Now we're going to quadriceps and glutes. Front squat or goblet squat. That's right. We can either hold 2 like this if you need a heavier weight, or just 1 if you need a lighter. Pushing the floor away with those heels. That belly button is pulled in. Remember, hips back versus knee forward. Ten more seconds. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Okay. Upright row to bicep curl. Break from the lower body here. Let's get ready and begin. Slide them up, lower them down, flip the grip, curl it up. Good, we're past halfway. Whew. 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. All right. Step back lunges on one side for the full 45 seconds, or your seated leg press. Okay, here we go. Slight little forward hinge. Remember, we're kind of chopping right here. You see that chop, right? From that chop, I step it back and drive it forward. I'm still in that chop, okay? Hold on to a chair if you need to. What we're doing is we're really trying to chase sensation in this leg right here where I'm pointing to, okay? So we're trying to feel it here. Drive it through the heel. Hold on to something so we can feel it. Go through your range. All on the same leg here. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Got to even out. Shake it out if you need to here. We're going to get ready to do the other side. Same thing. So we're going to chop, right? Chop right at the hip. From that chop, I'm going to step it back, okay? Here we go. Step it back. Drive it forward. I'm still in that hip chop, right? That's going to keep all the focus on the back of your body here in the glute. We're almost on our lunges. We just have 10 more seconds. We don't have any more reverse lunges. But we do have laterals, so. 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Nice work. Okay, so now we're going to go to our hammer curl and press. Okay, back to bicep shoulders here. Seated or standing, squeezing onto your glutes here. If you're standing, to provide that stable base in the trunk of our body here. Remember that option. You could always do curl one dumbbell and press it out in a 45-degree angle in front of you, okay? Past halfway. Five seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Going back to that deadlifting gorilla row. Okay, so our feet are going to come right outside the width of our shoulders. Okay, we're going to row from in between our stance. Okay, let's get ready. 3, 2, and 1. Hinge, row, row. Hamstring and glutes up, back down. Row it. Belly button has to be to spine. Okay, hips have to be back. Don't think of bending over with your head. Think of your hips pushing back is what's giving you that lean. Ten seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Whoo! Nice work. Okay. All right. 2, 3 single arm squats to overhead press to cross body. Okay. Here we go. Oops, sorry guys. Phone ringing. I forgot to put it on do not disturb. 2, 3, press. 2, 3. Oops, I forgot my knee raise because my phone's ringing. I'm trying to turn it off. I hope you guys can see me. I was gone. I'm sorry, I'm here now. Couldn't get that phone call to go off. 2, 3. Whoo. One more. 3. Press, and grab my press, and knee. Huh. Other side. Spicy last round here. All right, here we go. Remember, you can always stop a little early or rest longer if you need to. 1, 2, 3. Press, cross body. 1, 2. Press. Press. Woo! Cross body, almost there. One more rep. Press and time. Whew, okay. 2 more exercises, guys. We have our squat jab hold and that sumo stance. Here we go. Lowering down. All right, boom, boom. So here our upper body is getting all this rotation through the rib cage, but this half sumo stance forces us to keep our hips forward. We cannot follow through with our hips as we do this, working through our obliques in this upper range here. you can, we've got 10 seconds left. So if you can sink that squat hold a little lower, if not, that's okay too. All right. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, final exercise, guys. Goalpost balance hold here, okay? Or your march, okay? Let's get ready in 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's get ready to switch sides. 2, 1. 5, 3, 2, and 1. All right, nice work, guys. Take a moment to recover. We're going to go into some cool down moves here. All right, and we're going to do them for time as well today. All right. Our first cool down move is going to be a Y raise. So different from our goalpost, we're just kind of Y raising up, hinging back, stretching, and coming up. Okay, so body weight movement here. We're going to do 45 seconds of this recovery move here. Let's get ready. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, this is also giving us some shoulder mobility, working through our hips, and we're also getting that Y raise in, which helps activate our middle back. Sometimes when we have rounded posture, we have weak middle back muscles. Y raises help strengthen that area. Ten more seconds here, then we have 2 more moves. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, our next cool down move is going to be an alternating knee hug. So if you have to hold onto a chair with one arm to get your knee hugs, you can do that, or we're just alternating. Ready? Here we go. Pull it up. So cool down move that still kind of sneaks in a little bit of balance here, huh? Just one more cool down move after this and we will be done for today. Three, 2, and 1. Our last exercise. We're going to come wider than shoulder width apart, okay? And we're going to twist and pivot. Twist and pivot. Okay, we're going to push with that palm and then twist and pivot through the hip. Okay, here we go. So stretch through the back of the shoulder by driving with the palm as we push. Imagine we're pushing something heavy away with our palm as we twist and pivot. We're getting this thoracic rotation stretch here, dynamic stretch, and we're also getting internal rotation through our hips. All right, so trying to focus on these joints here. Just 10 more seconds. Cooling down the intensity here. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, guys. All right, we're going to do a nice big inhale up here. Ready? Exhale. Palms to heart. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale. Palms to heart. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's workout.